Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time watching me, please subscribe, like and share my videos. Comment if you like. Follow me on my Instagram on Queen Akbaka Beauty channel. TikTok at Queen Akbaka. Snapchat Queen Akbaka. I'm not happy. I am here to talk about Mobad, a young musician that was killed on Tuesday, the 12th of September 2023. His name, Mobad. Let me show you who I will be talking about. This is Mobad. Right. I want to start my questions with Mobad's father. I can't believe that a father can do all these things that I'm about to list out that Mobad's father did. Mobad's father wanted to bury Mobad the very day he died. He went to one of his kingsmen and tried to arrange the burial, and the man refused. Otherwise, he wanted to bury Mobad immediately. He later buried Mobad on Wednesday, the 13th of September 2023. From the information I gathered, everything I'm saying here is what I read online. I don't know Mobad, but everyone is mourning Mobad. No one is happy. He was too young to die. So, according to the interview that Mobad's father granted, he claimed that some of Mobad's friends called him. His friends called him and said that they've taken Mobad to hospital, he should come. And somewhere along the line, they called him back again and said he shouldn't come, that they're bringing Mobad back. Nothing sounds right. My question is, this question goes to Mobad's father. Why didn't you ask what hospital they were taking your son to? And why did you agree to stay back? Because when they said they were taking him home, what did you do? But the most surprising thing here is how you buried your son. And the coffin didn't fit Mobad. It was such a small coffin, very cheap coffin. Mobad was a celebrity. Mobad had money. So I want to know how you allowed them to bury Mobad so quick. What were you hiding? This is wrong. You did not go to the public and seek help for your son. Only Mobad was making every effort to see if he can get help. When Mobad was alive, I watched where he cried out loud. He said if anything happens to him, they should hold Naira Marley responsible. In the interview that you granted, you took side. You were supporting Naira Marley. You said that they were beating your son up to teach him a lesson. Which father would say that? Why do you hate your son? And when I watched you properly, when people are looking at you, they think you're quiet. I repeat, when people are looking at you, they think you're quiet. No, that was not a behavior of a quiet man. You look like someone who had a lot to hide. So you were scared. You were controlling everything you said. You didn't want to say something that would give you away. But everything was still showing from your body language. You never loved Mobad. You were very angry. You were very jealous. I think you were jealous that Mobad made up with his mom. Everything about you was wrong. You made no effort. Now, from what I heard as well, what I read online, Mobad was sedated. A quack nurse, according to what they said, injected him with a tetanus injection. I don't know how correct that is, And also, if they don't say it's a tetanus injection, they will say it's a sedative. So let us go with sedative, because that's how I saw his lifeless body. Because he was a tall, young, active man. If he was awake and active, I don't think they would have succeeded in squeezing the life out of him. So they sedated Mobad. All right. One minute they said they took him to hospital. Another minute they say he's at home. When you had all this happening, if you were there, Mobad, maybe he wouldn't have died. Again, you didn't care. So there's no way, from all the things you did showed that you did not care about Mobad. So you buried your son the next day. You are a Christian. His mother is a Christian. Mobad was a Christian. What is your problem? So the police, I am begging you, Nigeria police, to investigate Mobad's father. Because you're related by blood doesn't mean some people cannot be wicked. It was before that you can say that blood is thicker than water. I disagree. Now, water is thicker than blood. Some people love money more than anything. So you are not a good father, and they should look into you. The next person I want to ask question is Mohbad's mother. I heard that you and Mobad did not see each other for 10 years. You were not in his life. Mobad died at the age of 27. So if that is the case, the last time you saw Mobad was when he was 17. Now, I will not really fault you. And can I tell you something? I don't know Mobad, never met him, but I've been praying for justice. I've been praying that the killers of Mobad, to be caught. So now, while I'm praying, your name, nothing about you has shown that you know what killed your son. You loved your son. You are the only person that I can say you are not a suspect. Mohbad's mother, I am a mom. I don't know which mother that will not be happy to have a son like Mobad. And I don't know what reason you will have to kill your son, because he reunited with you. You moved in, were living with him. Okay, you were living with Mobad before he died. He showed you love. Everything that you needed, your son was provided. So I don't see any reason why you should kill your son. His father was a jealous man. That's the way I see him. And he was a man who can do anything for money. That's how if you ask me to describe Mohbad's father, because he was talking about Davido giving him 2 million. He kept 1 million and gave 1 million for the burial, the coffin. That coffin did not worth 10,000 naira. It did, So what I am asking here is, did you decide to live without your son? People do end their relationship. If Mohbad's father did not allow you to take Mobad, I can understand. But if he did, you should have taken your son. I will not leave my children for anybody. Here, unless you are, mentally unstable, or medically sick, something is not right about you, that they can take away your children. If you are fine, nobody will take your children away from you. And it would have been nice if you had taken Mobad with you. That way, you will teach him moral, teach him manners, safety, teach him how not to trust people or believe anything he sees. Do you understand? That's how I raised my children. I raised my children to mind their business, not to believe everything they see, and not to trust anyone. Trust only yourself. You would have taught Mobad when he goes out, take nothing from anybody and put in your mouth. Anyhow you can, keep your son safe, is what I'm saying as a mother. So I'm asking you, what did you do after you have reunited with your son? Whatever happened when you left, when you did not see Mobad, I'm not really going to go deep into that, because it could be that you were not allowed to take Mobad. But now that you were in Mobad's life and you could hear your son, you were watching it, he's a public figure. He was a celebrity. He was a public figure. Your son wrote a petition to the police. He reported these people that were harassing him, beating him, and bullying him. He cried out loud. Mobad was not happy. He kept on complaining. As a mother, what did you do? Because if it was me, Nigeria will not contain me and those people. I will go to every TV station that I know. I will go there and constitute nuisance. I must be heard. I will tell the world, these people want to kill my son. You name those people your son is naming. You fight for your son. That's why you're a mother. You didn't do anything. It's wrong. You should have helped, because mothers cry. God in heaven do hear it. Maybe you were praying at home. You were doing all you can to help your son, for them not to kill him. But you should have practicalized it. You should have done something physically. Go to the police. Keep shouting. Keep making noise. Do not relent. That's how I fight for my children if there's any situation. If you shut up, nothing will happen. Keep talking. Somebody may hear you. You did none of that. And Mobad is now a dead person. I am not happy at all. I'll give you an example as a mother. My son came back from school one day and said to me, "Mommy, my teacher hit me on my tummy." I said, "Hit you?" As soon as I heard that, I stopped. I was like, "What did you say?" In fact, he said he punched him. Immediately, I called the police. And the police advised me to bring my son back to school, where we'll meet up with the teacher that my son, said that he hit his tummy. Here they will say claim until they prove it. But if my son said that the teacher hit him, we have to go and sort it out. I got to the school, the police, they were there, and they called the teacher in. Looking at that man, the teacher, I could see that he was sorry through his body language. I am somebody who, I watch body language more than what someone is saying to me. You can talk all you want. It is your actions that I'm looking at. Because people can rehearse their line, but they can never rehearse their gestures. So this teacher explained what happened. He did, punch or hit, or however my son put it, he did punch him in the tummy, but not as my son, made it to look. The way my son said it, it was as if he punched the living daylight out of him. I don't know how he punched him, but he did punch him. But again, like I said, I don't think he punched him in a life-threatening way, something that could kill him. I don't know what that was about. Whichever way, he's not supposed to do that. You don't touch anybody's child here, especially when you're a teacher. So the police, asked me, what would I like to do? Do I want to press charges? No, I did not press any charges, because looking at the man, I could feel it that he was genuinely sorry. I felt it. If I didn't feel it, if he was saying he's sorry in an arrogant way, or he's just saying that to get me off his back, of course I will press charges. I'll take it up. You don't do that. But everything about him showed me, or told me in my heart that he was genuinely sorry. So I dropped the case immediately. But before I left, the man called me. He admitted, punching my son. But when, using this word punch is as if it was something so heavy. I don't know how bad he punched him, but like I said, and as a mom, seeing that man, he didn't mean it. I don't think it was the way my son described it. It was bad, but not as bad as he described it. But he admitted to punching my son, and then he called me in a corner and said, "Madam, please, I'd like to say something to you. Don't take offense. I'd like to ask you if you would still like me to continue to teach your son." I saw the honesty on his face. I said, "Yes, continue to teach him." Believe it or not, that never happened again. So you see, I put up a fight. I had to stop it, because it's from jokes you gather fact. Like play, butterfly will enter bush. If I did not do something, it could go from tiny punch to heavy punch. I'm not having it. Now, this is an example of what mothers do. Okay, you fight for your son. I would throw myself under the bus for my children. I love them with everything in me. Another time again, after some months, the same son of mine came back from school and said, "Mommy, my teacher hurt my feelings. My teacher said something to me today I didn't like." I said, "What did your teacher say?" He said that his teacher asked him a question. You know, when they're in class, you put up your hands to answer something. That the way he answered it, he didn't get it right, and the teacher called him stupid. Excuse you? No, you don't put my son down. It is not every question you will get right. In as much as I want them to, be good in their studies. It's not a do or die affair. What right do you have to call my son name? Just name calling alone. As soon as he said that, I said, "Get back into the car." We drove back to his school. Here, teachers are not allowed to, call children names. No, you don't do that. Okay, they don't talk anyhow to students. In fact, it's the students, the children or students, whatever you call them, they are the ones that behave anyhow to teachers, which is wrong. Okay, the law favors children here more than any other person. Children and the elderly, the law favors them a lot. So I got to the school and I called her out. Her name is Mitchell. I said, "My son told me that you called him stupid. You asked him a question that he did not answer well in class. He didn't get it right. Did you call him stupid?" She put her face down. I can see the guilt on her body, all over her body. And she said yes. I said, "Well, I want you to apologize to my son now." Then she apologized to him. Before we left, I also said to her, "Listen to this. I'm in a happy mood today. Next time you call my son name, I will report you to educational authority. I don't issue threats that I will not carry out. When it comes to my son, you can do something to me and I kind of let it, go. But when it comes to my children, no. That's why I'm mom." So none of this happened again. Why am I saying all this? It's the effort mothers should put in as a mother. When my children are going out, I know they will watch this and they're going to hear this for the first time. I will be upstairs when the taxi that will take them comes. Do you know what I do? I snap the registration number of the taxi that is taking my children out. Sometimes it can be at the Lee, depends on what they're going, what program or whatever it is they want to go and do. They mostly take Uber. But occasionally it could be a different taxi. Like I said, it depends on where they're going or who invited them, what it's about. But no matter what taxi that comes, I will take a picture of the registration number of that car. Okay? They don't even know that I do this. It's my duty to protect my children. So, you as a mother, you did not do well. Everybody let Mobad down. It is wrong. And when my children are leaving, anytime they are going out, they will drop the phone number. Also the address. You don't know what will happen the next minute. How would you look in front of the police if something should happen to your son that you are there when they left home and they ask you, did they say where they were going? I don't know. I would look at them to, see what they are wearing. We live in a very wicked world. 24/7 I'm praying. You have to pray all the time. And hurt no one so that God will answer your prayer. You can't be harming people or doing something bad and expect God to, take your side. No. He that will go to God must go with equity. So I'm saying that you did not do well at all. You did not. Well, having said all this, in my heart, I feel that your hands are clean in terms of your son's death, because your son did not die a natural death. Somebody killed him. It is very, 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 very wrong. Another wonderful example is Burna Boy's mom. Wow. God bless her. Do you watch Burna Boy? I hope I'm saying his name right. Burna Boy's mother follows him everywhere. Nobody was there when she suffered. You people don't understand. Having a son that is a celebrity is not a joke. So you have to protect your son in your own way. Always pray. Follow him about. If Burna Boy was my son, it's the same thing I would do until he kicks me out. If I was Mohbad's mother, I would be in his face. He wouldn't even know. Even when I'm not there, I will send people to be watching and following my son about. He's a star. He's a superstar. He was a rising superstar. I don't need his permission to protect him. You can outgrow being watched, but you can never outgrow being loved. But when it comes to celebrities, these young ones coming up, they need to be watched. Anything you can do in your power to help your son, you should have done that. But you didn't. My children cannot go out without me knowing where they're. In fact, when they get to their destination, they will text me or call me, "Mommy, we're there." Enjoy yourself. I'm not in their face. I'm not in their way. I mean, some people will see me as a disciplinarian or very strict. My children will tell me, "Mommy, you're strict. Mommy, you are overprotective. I'd rather hear that I am overprotective than to hear I don't care. Why wouldn't I care for my children? So this is wrong. Everybody never cared for Mobad. He did everything all by himself. So this is the area that I am angry with you, that you did not make effort to find out. In fact, you lived with him, so you would have known the hospital they were taking your son to, what they were going to inject him. If the wife doesn't care, what about you? Nobody, no woman will love a man like his mother. It's not possible. In fact, nobody will love anyone more than his mom, whether you're a woman or you're a man. Because it's women, you carried that child 9 months. You know the pain you went through. And you did nothing. So I am not happy with you in that aspect. Mobad is dead. But keep praying. We will all pray. Mobad was a peaceful young man. He has brought Nigeria together. Today, nobody cares whether you're Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba. Everybody is mourning Mobad. That shows how wonderful he was and how strong his spirit, is. Mobad's spirit will get the people that killed him. Mark it down. Now, the worst person, oh my God, just trying to talk about her gets me angry. I wish she was in my face where I would look at her and tell her she's a bad woman. Who am I talking about? Mobad's wife. Mobad's wife, please come here. Let's talk. I'm a woman like you. How could you, even if you don't love Mobad anymore, why did you not follow him to hospital? Why is it that you don't know the hospital they took your husband to? What effort did you make? Why did you not refuse for him to be buried the next day? In fact, his father wanted to bury him the same day. I don't hear anything about you except your sister who comes online to make noise, threatening people that she will sue them. She threatened Very Dark Man. If he continues to request for DNA test on your son, she will sue him. Let her get ready to sue the whole Nigeria. And that DNA test, you will do it. Everything about you shows you're fake. Maybe you loved Mobad in the past, but before he died, you had no feelings. You don't love him. You are heartless. All you're after is the fame and money. Otherwise, you would have followed Mobad to the hospital. The baby is 5 months old, and this baby we're talking about is questionable. Everybody is saying that that's not Mobad's son. What a disgrace. A 5 months old baby can be given to someone to hold. Oh, please hold my son. Your mom is there. Your sister is you have family. I don't know whether your sister is there or not. So you will not lack who will take care of that baby. But let's pretend you don't have anybody. I mean, take your baby with you. Follow your man. I will never, if I'm with a man that loves me, he cares for me, hear me very well. If that man doesn't care and they are taking him to hospital, that's their problem. They can take him to jail. I don't care. If you don't care, I don't care. I give what I get. That is why it is important for a man to treat his woman good. When you treat a woman good, she will treat you better. If I have a man and he loves me, he's not feeling well, I'll take it personal. I'll be the one running up and down. Who are you to come and take him to hospital? What am I doing? A celebrity for that matter. Taking him to a quack hospital. You, Mobad's wife, did nothing. You sat there and they took him, and then the next thing, he's dead. Where were you? What did you do? And also, why don't you want to do a DNA test? You must do it. Everything that they're saying about you online is disgusting. Let me tell you something, madam. If it was me that somebody is doubting the paternity of the child I gave him, before you finish saying DNA, before it gets to A, that man, that's my husband or boyfriend, his father, his great-grandfather, his ancestors, from his father's side, his mother's side, everybody will come to be tested. You see that DNA test? We will do it immediately. I cannot imagine somebody doubting the paternity of my children. I have kids with one man. And I'm proud that if anybody says I want to, when you see them, you don't need DNA test. Look at your own. He doesn't even look like Mobad. That's the worst part of your story. They can say, oh, children may look like or this, later they change. Nothing about Mobad is showing on your son. And you are, running away from the DNA test. What does that make you? You've answered the question the public, the question that they're looking for, you've answered them. If you have nothing to hide, you go for that DNA test. If it was me, I will go for that DNA test. Yes, you have to prove your innocence. You did nothing. Now, here is this man here. Look at the message somebody sent you. This is the worst thing. Hear this. Let this load up, and we see. If the baby. Let me see if I can get it from. We will compensate Mohbad's wife. Hold on a minute. If dear. The baby is actually belonging to Mobad. Why is this happening? Hold on a second. Let me see if I can refresh in the page and get it back so you guys can hear it from the horse's mouth. Let's see. Okay. What is happening? Don't come out with a full chest. He said, don't come out. The CEO of African television, don't come out with a full chest. He said, he stands for the DNA test, and if they do the DNA test, the DNA test shows now Mobad get the pikin, in the pay Mobad wife 10 million naira to raise the pikin, and he go still pay for the DNA test. So Mobad wife, are you ready? The man said he ready. The one comes from me, the comes from. But for now, he ready. Put 10 million for ground. Make they do DNA test. If the pikin belongs to Mobad, he they give the money to Mobad wife. Make him raise the pikin. Make a leave and make them watch the video. 10 million naira. 10 million naira. 10 million naira to Mohbad's wife. If DNA proves that that child belongs to Mobad, African television will pay for the DNA test. African television will raise 10 million naira for Mohbad's wife to raise that child if the DNA proves that that child is actually Mohbad's child. This is to counter those people who say if you talk about DNA, they will sue you for 3 million. Let them come after me. My name is Larry Omodia. I'm the CEO African Television. I'm going to sponsor the DNA test, and I'm going to make sure that the baby gets 10 million nairas if the baby is actually paternically proven to be Mohbad's child. Why? Because accusation is traumatic. But what is more traumatic than that accusation?
a life of lies. So we will compensate Mohbad's wife if the baby is actually belonging to Mobad. But if that baby is not from Mobad, men will learn a lot of lessons from that.
So you've had that now. So Mohbad's wife, you need to do a DNA test. Here is another video again, very interesting.
There's a major update to this Mobad's death. The hospital where Mobad was said to have died has officially put out a statement claiming that Mobad did not die in their hospital, that he had died before he got there. Pretty much he died on arrival. They claim that when Mobad's friends brought him to the hospital, he had no vital signs of life. His pulse was not reading. His heart wasn't beating. He wasn't breathing. That there was no sign of life on Mobad when he came. And this is very revealing because we all thought he died in the hospital. I mean, if you remember, there was a voice note of a man who claimed to be a witness when Mobad came to the hospital, saying that he saw Mobad being brought in by his friends. He took a picture with Mobad. Mobad was taken into the inner room, and after a while, the nurses and everyone started running helter-skelter. So, is it that person was lying? Because if the person claimed he saw Mobad and took a picture with Mobad, and the hospital is saying that Mobad was already dead when he came to the hospital, these are two different statements that don't meet at an intersection. There is no junction to these two accounts. I understand that the case is very serious and hospitals have a way of saving their reputation. Hospitals have a way, that's why most times hospitals will turn away a serious case. Anytime they see that somebody is being brought into their hospital in a very serious situation, they will turn the person away. And this is...
Now, if you ask me, I would believe the young man that said he saw Mobad and took a picture with Mobad. The hospital said that Mobad was dead on arrival, DOA. How can you take a picture with a dead person? Doesn't make sense. He said that when he saw Mobad, he was excited. Then he took picture with Mobad. And then later on, he noticed that the staffs in the hospital, everybody was restless. They were acting funny. And he was like, what is happening here? Why are they going up and down? So you can see that this hospital, to me, that's my opinion, I'm entitled to it, they are lying. Why did I say they are lying? Here is my answer. Here is my reason. If they brought Mobad dead on arrival, which doctor certified him dead? What time did he die? Because usually they do all these things. They will say what time the person died, or if he was brought dead on arrival, they will write something. There will be a certificate. There will be something. None of this is in existence. Who hired the nurse that injected Mobad? Who is this man that shouted, Mobad is dead, Mobad is dead? The people that killed Mobad are all in our faces. I don't know why the police doesn't want to make an arrest. The man that was shouting, Mobad is dead, Mobad is dead. Number one suspect, because they were with his body. Mobad was lying lifeless in that car, and there were three of them. A particular one with a dreadlock is being seen both where Mobad went to buy a car, anywhere Mobad go, even where Iyabojo was seeing people. I think Iyabojo went to see Mobad's mom or his family. That one of them in that car that had Mobad's body was there. I don't understand. So who employed that nurse? Who hired her? What did she inject Mobad? And why was Mobad not deposited in a mortuary? Why did they take him straight to bury him? I mean, if you start doing everything or trying to break it down, it's very obvious that Mobad was killed, and they wanted to make sure he doesn't wake up, because somebody that was given a sedative will later wake up. And as far as I'm concerned, that was not a local anesthetic that they gave him. That sedative wasn't it was a heavy one because he was lying lifeless. So after a while, the person will wake up. They did not allow him to wake up. They know he's a strong young man. If he was awake, they will not be able to kill him. So the hospital should be shut down. If it was here in UK, let me say in London where I live, they will close that hospital until they finish their inquiry. Here, Metropolitan Police will make a monetary offer to the public, certain big amount of money. Whoever that knows where these people are should come forward. And you will see immediately they'll make an arrest. Look at Nigeria. They are happy in Nigeria to pay, they're doing something they call BB Niger. They are happy to pay somebody who wins 100 and something million naira, but they are not willing to put out some money out there for the public, so an incentive, something to make them come forward and talk. I brought down the other video because of that was something I said there when I was talking about British police to help, to if it was British police that they will offer money to the public so they can talk. Because I did MC Dave's video, he was kidnapped. I think he's a content creator in Nigeria from Ebonyi State. So when I watched it, he was doing very well. He's so much fun to watch. And then I did a video. In that video I did for MC Dave, I mentioned that the ransom money, something like that, that they needed money before he can be, the kidnappers demanded, I think they were holding him hostage, something like that. So in that video I mentioned something like ransom. So when I was making Mohbad's video, I think that word came up again, which didn't go in line with what I was saying. So I had to bring down that video because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I don't like talking nonsense or saying something and it doesn't match with what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? So I made that video first before doing Mobad's video yesterday, which was why that word came up again, which I've corrected. So I am pleading to the public to not stop fighting for Mobad, and I'm also asking Nigeria government, begging for them to catch Mobad's killers. The people who killed Mobad should be brought to book. The autopsy, we're still waiting. His body, Mobad's body, was exhumed on Thursday, the 21st of September 2023, until today. Today is the 27th. We have not had anything. So the police, do something right for once. Make the public an offer so that somebody will come forward and tell us what happened. But right now, all the people that you're supposed to arrest, you've not done anything, because the very people that will lead you to who killed Mobad are those people that saw Mobad last, that was with him when he died. It is that simple. So please, let the Nigeria police help. I am begging, asking, because it will not be fair if nothing is done about Mobad's death. I also want to thank Iyabo Ojo and Tonto Dike. Well done, beautiful ladies. You've done well. You are always helping whenever things like this happen. I've seen both of you in action. All right, so keep doing what you're doing. I also want to say thank you to Very Dark Man. Wow, I love what you are doing. Let nobody scare you. Anyway, I trust you, you're not scared. I love people who stand firm in what they believe in, especially when something is truth. You can't toss me around, I'm not a pushover. This is how I fight for my rights. If something is true, say it's true. You see, stupid is knowing the truth, seeing the truth, and still believing the lies. There are people like that. Because they don't like you, anything that concerns you, they will turn left eye or even when they see the truth, they will say it's not true. That's wrong. So I am asking everybody to fight for Mobad. I also want to say thank you to Paul Okoye. I hope I'm right. I watched you on Daddy Freeze show where you mentioned that you took Mobad to UK and he performed. Thank you. If it wasn't for you, he wouldn't have come to London. So you've done well. Um, One thing I so much like about you, Mr. Paul Okoye, is how you did not listen to gossip or the sabotage they tried to do. They tried to say so many bad things about Mobad. You didn't listen to that. I love people who want to see things for themselves than people who, when they hear hearsay, they believe. Anybody that hears something without, verifying and they believe it already hate you. You're just looking for a reason. So I am happy that he came to London, but I'm not happy that he died. So please, Nigeria government, put out monetary reward, please, please, so that some people can come forward and tell you what they know. But already, your proof is out there. What you don't even need to do that, because if you can arrest all these people, those three men that were with Mobad in that car, the answer you want, they are the ones holding it. So please, public, Nigerians, do not give Mobad's wife any money anymore until she does the DNA test. And even if she does it and it turns out that it is Mobad's son, if the baby belongs to Mobad, then you have to, find how you can create an account where nobody will have access to it until the boy is 17 or 18. I don't know how old they get to before they start using that money. Protect that money for him. That is if he is Mobad's son. That's all I've got to say right now. And thank you all for watching. And MC Dave, I'm glad you're back. It was you, I think the is it ransom they demand, they were holding you ransom. Yes, that was the one. They were holding you ransom and then demanding money, something like that. I watched. So I'm glad you're back. Please, everyone, subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos, and follow me on my Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. I'll be very happy if you do so. Support my channel. If you watch me till now and you've not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe. Take care. Bye.